Alrighty then. I am. I didn't get to go outside today, so I am doing, doing my video inside. Doing my video inside. So I don't know. I don't think I did a video on this here yet. I don't have the. I mean, I have the box that it came in and stuff. I just don't have it. You know, I don't have it here where I am right now in my possession. So I'm gonna try to see if y'all can see. This is from my store that I normally buy from the Raw Virgin here boutique, right? And it is 18 inches and it is Raw Virgin straight. Well, it's raw straight. And the reason why it's called Raw Virgin, I guess because it is the raw is straight from one person head. So I got three bundles in my hair. So I got the bundles and I got a 360 that goes all the way around the head. So I don't know how much hair they put on the 360, but it's pretty thick as you can see. As you can see, let me see if I can separate and let y'all see. No, I can't separate it because it's done. My daughter put it in and she put it in so good that I can't even separate I would have to go, be looking at it. But it's very thick. As you can see, it's very thick, right? And it is, what's the face length? Each of them is 18 inches. And the reason why I got 18 inches, not because I'm so crazy about long hair, but it's because I got 16 inches last time, right? And you would think that the shorter the hair, the thicker it be, but it depends on the bundle that you get. It depends on the person's hair. So they last time I had it, it was a more thinner bundle, and it wasn't this thick. It was more thin, and you can't see the back. You see, you can't see the when I wear it like this, you can't see the back of my shoulder, right? Because the hair is thick. But the last batch I got, it was you could see, like you see how thick it is, but it would be like this, and it would be hanging. So watching YouTube videos, they let me know that that means that the bundle was not thick. So it doesn't have nothing to do with the vendor. It has to do with the person's the person that had the hair. So my natural hair may be thin. You see what I'm saying? So the person's hair probably was thin, a thin 16-inch. So I would need, depending on what type of bundles that was sent to me, they would send me, excuse me, they would send me, and put this down so you can see. They would send me, if I wanted two bundles, you would think that they would find, since it's straight, they would find a two bundle thick, but you never know because the hair came from London. So you never know what's in stock at the time that I did my order. But I'm very grateful that when I did this order, the stack of the hair that was in stock at the time when I did my order was thick. And it's totally a different type of straight than the last one. Because the last one I had in my hair, If I'm correct, when it got wet, it didn't have a real deep wave to it. But this, when I wet this hair, it gets curly, like it's curly here. So that means that the person's texture probably was straight wavy or something like that. And the reason why it was straight was because oh, the reason why it was straight, it came to me straight because I don't know. Now that I'm thinking about it, it was really straight. When I got it, it was straight, but it had like a wave to it. So that's what happened. So it had like a wave. It was a wave in the straightness. It had like not like you buy from the beauty supply store and you got that same wave going through. So they was straight and then some was wave. And if I took it and put it up in a bun, then it will become like that. Like that wave will be in it. So now when I wash it, it comes thick. It comes thick. That's why they say to wash it, because the real natural part of the hair come out. Because I don't know what they did. Because now that I'm thinking about it, when I wet it, it's not straight. When I wet it, it frizz up like natural hair. So that's how you can tell that it's not just virgin hair. It's raw in there. It means that you're walking around with somebody's hair that was donated to their temple for whatever reasons, and the temple people do whatever they want to do with it. I guess they sell it because I guess they need money to make it in their country. They gotta eat and all this other stuff, so they got people in there that sell here so that they families can eat or whatever. So they this what I got in my hair. So I got the raw straight, and let me see something. Can't really see. Let's see if y'all can see. So you can see the luxury in it, right? And see the ends are not frizzy; they nice and straight. I don't put too much heat in it. So you can see that this wave came from what? Nothing. Because I didn't curl. Wait, I think I did curl. I think Sunday I kind of like did a little flip. But I don't mess with it. I leave it as natural. Because see, I learned my lesson from last time. I I slept in it, and all that stuff. I mean, I still sleep in it, but I keep my little bonnet on it. I don't manipulate it too much. And talking to the people, they said to wash it. They said to wash it here once a month. Because they saying since it's sewed in, it will keep the tracks underneath, it will keep the hair from coming loose. So to wash it once a month. Well, I don't wash it. I think I washed it twice since I bought it. I washed it a few weeks after I got it, which I don't know why I washed it. I think because it got wet or something. And then I washed it again. But I'm gonna dye it. That's why I'm just waiting a bit. I'm gonna dye it because I love my jet black. I love my black hair. So I'm probably gonna manipulate it and dye it. But I'm thinking, I'm waiting a while. I want to enjoy it a little bit. I want to enjoy it more first before I dye it because after a while, last time I had it in my hair, my 360, I started losing hair, right? And it was shedding like crazy. I don't get too much shed. It sheds, and I expect it to shed because when I brush it, as they say on YouTube, there's no hair that's not going to shed because your own natural hair sheds. So I try to brush from the bottom. And I bought this brush that's called a wet brush. So you can use it on dry hair. It's good for wigs. It's good for your even natural hair. But it's a detangler. So as you brush in the hair, it detangles the hair, but it doesn't pull the hair. So that's the kind of brush I use. And it's pretty cool. But that hair that I had, and I know that it had to be something because I thought it was them. Because I sent pictures to them, and I sent let me see, I sent pictures to them of the hair, how it came out. I sent a picture of the shedding of it, because like handfuls of balls of hair, and I sent them pictures of it. And I talked to them because you could text them, apart from emailing them, you can talk to them on their website because they have a little box where you can match. Well, you know their time is different from ours, so you know you just gotta wait a bit. And if they right there at the time, like it may be like 8 o'clock when it's 3 o'clock. I mean, I'm just hypothetically speaking of the time, but it runs sort of like that. And if they happen to be, if it's still in the time where they're still up and our time we up, then they'll answer. Other than that, you gotta wait into like the wee mornings because their time, I think their time is behind us. So now that we're up, I think they sleep. And I think they are in, yeah, they sleeping now. So it's like 12 o'clock midnight there. If I'm correct, 12 o'clock midnight. So if I write them down, they ain't going to answer. And they'll answer me like 12 o'clock midnight here. And it's like maybe 1 o'clock or something there. So if I'm correct, something like that. Because very seldom, every now and then I could get them when I'm up. So I talked to them and they was telling me that if you bleach your knots, that'll cause it to shed. And if you dye your hair, that'll cause it to shed. So what happens is that the dye, if it's not washed out, it will and if it's the dye staying too long or something like that, it'll eat at the lace part that it's on. Not too much the bundles. You gotta worry too much about the bundles. But the lace part of the hair, like up here, all this part up in here, it will the dye will eat at it. So when she said that, I was thinking about it because I had dyed my hair, right? And I dyed it like twice. I dyed it quite often, to be honest. So the first time I dyed it, that's when I noticed that the hair started shedding a whole lot after a while, right? When I first finished dyeing it, nothing. But then as the days and the weeks start coming on, I would comb my hair and hunks, and I mean, it would just be coming out. I'd be all on my bed, and I mean, it was like coming out. So I was like, what's this? But when she said to dye, then I thought about it. I had dyed my hair in my apartment, and we didn't have no hot water. And when I went to watch the dye out, I realized, let me put it like this, we didn't have no hot water when I went and dyed my hair. I forgot about it and went and dyed it. After I dyed the hair and I'm coming to wash, like in the middle of me waiting for the dye to process all this, then it came to me, you ain't got no hot water. I said, oh my goodness. Now I'm ticked, to be honest, because I'm ticked with the landlord right about now. Because why am I walking around here for 2 and 3 days with no hot water when you know about it? Me and my calm self, my Holy Ghost filled self, I ain't say nothing. I said, all right, because I was ticked. Because, see, I'm learning not to react on response. When things happen and I respond to it, not to react to it. Okay, and when you don't react on response, it'll teach you how to respond to things. So I wanted to act on my response, which was, "Why ain't got no hot water? Oh my goodness, I'm upset." Blah 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 blah. The Holy Ghost was like, "Just calm down, cause ain't nothing you could do about it. You done told the people that you ain't got no hot water, and you telling them that you in the middle, done dyed your hair, ain't gonna make no difference, right?" So what I did was heat up water on the stove. Thank God I had some gas. heat up water on the stove, and went and did my tried to wash it out. Not knowing that I left a whole hunk of dye in the roots up here, right? See my phone ringing? Can you see it? Okay, you'll see it this way. Can you see it? Somebody call me. But anyway, it comes up on the phone as well. So I heat up the water, went to the sink, and was pouring it, right? And I was saying to myself, now I'm wasting this hot water, and I'm in the middle of washing my hair, and I can't just take my head over here and heat up some more water, right? So what I did was put the hot water in a bowl and put my head down and washed it out. But the thing was, is since it's nothing like running water, nothing like running water, because when the water's running, you can stick your head in there and you can stick your head in there and underneath the water, and it'll run the dye out from the roots and stuff. But I couldn't do that. So I tried to pour it out and took a rag and all this stuff, and the water was trying to get clear water, because you know when you dye your hair, you got to rinse it until all the dye is out, right? Every time I went to put water on my head, the water was still red. I don't know why it was red, because the dye was black. No, 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 no. This will happen. When I did the black, when I dyed my hair black, it was, I think I had the hot water. So that was my first dye. The second time I dyed it like a burgundy reddish. But it didn't take to my hair. As it dried out, I don't know how it happened, but as weeks went on, you could start seeing I had like a red streak coming. Because I remember one of the sisters in the church said, "Oh, I like that red in your hair." But it was only a streak that I guess you saw when the sun hit it. But that was the color I wanted the whole head to be. But because I had done dyed my hair black, I was trying to lift it to a lighter color, and according to those dye experts, they said your hair is dark, and when it's black, that's it. You just gotta let it lift by itself, or you gotta bleach it, right? Because they didn't. It was eSalon. It's a dye salon online, and I know I'm all over the place, but they're all to the point that I'm making, and it's all about the hair, and they make up the dye for you. You send them pictures of your hair and etc. So I did not send them a picture of my hair dark. See, I probably can dye it because I don't know whether you can see the lightness in it, but it's not black. So I think the red probably would take this, because it's like they call it a natural color, but it's more like a brownish. It may be a off black, but it's been a while since I had off black, so I can't really tell. But I think it's more of a brownish. In this light, it looked like got some red up in there. And it looked like got some highlights. I guess, who knows? Maybe this person dyed their hair already. But no, they ain't doing it. So anyway, so it was the red one. So as long as I kept, each time, not as long, each time I kept heating up the water and going back in there to rinse it out, it kept coming red. It kept coming red. It wouldn't clear. So I kept going. It was real dark at first, and it lightened up. It lightened up. And then sometimes I would pour the water or get some water or the rag and put it like right up in here, and it would be real dark. So my neck was hurting. My arm was hurting. I said, you know what? I can't deal with this. I'm tired. I must have did like 10 wrenches. And I think that's what, there was some dye in spots, and it got up to that 360, and it tore it up, tore it up. And I was like, well, you know what? not knowing that that was the dye that did it until she said it. The lady from this hair company said it. And so they said that they was going to give me a 20% discount. So I bought this here, the first batch of hair, I bought it in November of 2017. So I think I had it, this one I just recently bought it. So I bought it like June. Because last month was July. So yeah, I think I bought it in June. I could have bought it in July. But I know I just had it. Maybe I had this in a month. Maybe I did. Maybe I did. Cause yeah, hmm I had it in a month because this was August, so I think I got it in July. Cause I still had the old hair in June. No, actually, I didn't. I got that taken out because it had right. Here you go. I took that first batch that I had, cause mind you, the bundles were still good. The bundles were still good, but the 360 was dead because I had to. You see, I wore it like this on this side, and all the hair had came off on this side. So it started looking pretty nice because it was nice. I thought it looked nice. It was nice and flat like this, right? And it's flat like this because that's how it was put in my head. But before it was flat like that because there wasn't no hair there. Because it was real. That time when Danielle put it in, she didn't do it correctly. So I had like we didn't pull it down, and it was a lot of gaps or whatever. Not gaps. It wasn't rolls. You know what I'm saying? If you don't do hair, you don't understand. So I ain't trying to explain. But anyway, so it was flat like this, and I was like, "Oh, this look good. This is nice. This is nice." Blah 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 blah. But then as I looked at it in the mirror, and I was like, and I would take pictures. You know, I'm always taking pictures of myself. My Facebook is about me. I don't put nobody else's pictures up there, and if I do, it ain't nobody that's gonna have a fit. And if your picture's up there, I'ma take it down. Trust me. Anybody that see this, if I see your picture on my page that was put there by mistake, I'm taking it down. So people used to get mad with me. Why are you putting up all the pictures? You can put the pictures of this. No, I'm putting the pictures of me. It's my Facebook. It says my name. Anything that I want to write, I want to write it about me and the Lord. If I have family members, which is my sister or my daughters, I know I can put them up. And then I know what to put up and what not to put up. So I don't have to deal with nobody. So anybody that have an issue with my page, it's because they want to. But anyway, so I was taking pictures of myself, and I happened to look back at the picture, and I said, wait a minute, all my hair coming out, why? And it was getting, you see how thick this is? No, it was like this. You see this? That's how little it was getting. And I was like, oh no, I got to do something about this. So I told my daughter, I said, you got to take this out, and I have hair around. And I had some 14-inch here, and I had some 16-inch left. So I had all kinds of levels going on in my head. But I was like, you got to put that back there. And I went and got another 360 that I had that I paid $150 for. And I thought it was a closure, and it was really a frontal. They had, okay, so let me explain. The 360 that I have in my hair now, and the normal 360, 360, is a degree that goes around. There's no stop. So that means that there's supposed to be hair that goes all the way around. But that 360 that I bought, that I found out wasn't raw because I had to buy it from the store. So it wasn't raw, but I was thinking that it was Remy, a virgin, something I thought it was. But anyway, come to find out it was Brazilian, right? And I was like, oh no, no. So as the hair got older, you see how nice and silky this is? Do y'all see that? Where I could just go like this and it just falls down? No. You don't get all of that in Brazilian. You don't get that silkiness, straightness. It'll be that way when you first buy it, but then when you wash it and don't dye it, but I'm gonna say when you wash it and you dye it, it becomes thick, but it becomes thick coarse. You be like, but anyway, that's what happened with that one. So I went back because I try to take care of my hair. I wash it. I use Carrington straight and all this stuff to keep it like nice and straight and manageable, right? So I had to put that back in my hair with the other raw virgin hair that I had in my hair. So that raw virgin hair that I put in my hair, which I thought it was, I don't even know, because it was in the box that said, what was it? Let me get it together. Ocean Wave, and that was Indie Remy. It didn't have nothing to do with Indian. It didn't have nothing to do with Remy. That was the brand name, Indie Remy, coming in a green and black box about this long, right? But the thing is that it was Indie Remy, Virgin Remy, something like that. I got it here, but I ain't got it in mind right now. But anyway, the thing is that it was straight. Now Remy is in reference of the cuticles go in one direction. It goes down. One direction. Just straight. So since it goes in one direction, it's not going to come up like this. If it's in one direction, silky straight, it's going to stay like that. So if it get wet, it's going to come straight. And then if you straighten it, it's just going to be straight. It's not going to get bone straight, but it's going to be straight, right? So that's what Remy consists of. Virgin consists of Virgin Remy means that it's Jackie here, Jill here, John here, Paul here, or Paulette, Johnette. You're going to turn them in women. And it's all weft together on a weft. So now you're going to have different lengths, right? Okay. Now if it's Virgin Remy, then you're going to have the cuticle going in one direction, going down. So you're going to have Virgin here from every Tom, Dick, and Harry, Remy. But it's not raw because it's from everybody. That's why it's called raw. When you get meat, let's go like that. When you buy meat and the meat is raw, what you got to do with it? You got to manipulate it. You got to beat it like a steak, for instance. Okay, if it's chicken, you got to go up in it, clean it. And once you take it, once you done season it, it's still raw, right? It stays raw. You can put it in the refrigerator and never cook it. It's raw. It starts stinking because it's raw, right? So now, when you done manipulated the chicken and put all you want in it and the seasoning, now you're going to put it in the oven. Once heat touches it, it's no longer raw. Okay? Now, semi-raw. Now, pay attention to what I'm saying. It's raw before you put it in the oven. You put it in the oven, the heat touch it. Now, you have to know how to cook the meat. Otherwise, the outside of the meat is going to be cooked and the inside is going to be raw. Why? Because the blood going to come out of it. Now, here's another catch. No blood can come out of it and it can still be raw. Why? Because it's not cooked. Now, let's go to here. It's raw because they went to the person and they cut it off the person's hair. So that means they haven't all they did was cut off from the person's hair and they washed it and they let it dry. They ain't put no chemicals in it. They ain't put no heat on it. They didn't put nothing on it. So when you receive it, it's going to be just like it dried. Straight. Right? Now, when I get it, and I put this on it, and I put that on it. When I say that and this, I mean not chemicals, just the iron heated up and all that stuff, straighten it out, blah, 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 blah. When I go out in the sun, I sweat, drops of rain drop on it, it's going to frizz back up because of that person natural hair, when it gets wet, curls up. Now, it's not considered curly because when they took it off the person's head, it wasn't curly, it was wavy. So it was wavy straight. So it's not going to be sold as a curl. It's going to be sold as a straightness. But when it get wet, it curls up. Okay, so it becomes raw. So now I got somebody's hair in my head that never straightened their hair, never permed it, never did nothing to it. Right? There's sometimes that people, they have to, when they take the hair off the person's head, remember it's coming from India. Well, it's not coming from India. It's coming from India to London, and London do what they need to do, and then they sell it. Okay, so now when it gets to London, it's gonna come like in big batches. You see what I'm saying? Because I don't know whether the supplier does all the work to it. I don't think so. I think the London people get it because I see people on YouTube that get hair straight from India, from an Indian vendor from the temple. And when they get it, it be all bushed up, looking like a whole hunk of hair. I mean, no, that's not true. Let me stop. It's not that. It does not look like that. It comes to them in bundles. It has so that means that the supplier, when they take it off the person's head, they gotta clean it. So they're not in areas like we are, where we can wash our hair with good shampoo and blah, 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 blah. So they have to wash their hair because they probably get their supplies from the United States. So they got to wash the hair, the vendors. They got to wash it with whatever they need to wash it with. And then they going to send it. Woo. Then they'll send it to the London vendors. And then the London vendors do whatever they have to do and have it up in their shop, wherever, because I don't know. And then when I go to purchase it, then they got to go and get that hair and make sure it's good and blah, 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 blah. But anyway. So now the other hair, which was virgin, all the stuff started coming off here. The hair, I say stuff. All the hair started coming out. And when it came out, I had to take that out. So I put in the other 360, which was a Brazilian body wave, right? No, that was that wasn't the 360. The 360 was straight. It was, I believe, a 16-inch straight. And the hair, the bundle that I had put in was a body wave. But the thing about that is that it was Brazilian and it puffed up and all this other stuff. But anyway, going back to the hair. So once I took that out, after I dyed it, and it turned red and the red dye, I got that one out my head and I put another one in my head, and I took that out last month. So this here is a month old. And by a month of Brazilian hair, it's, you see, I can bring my finger through it. Can you see that? I can bring my finger through it. I'm telling you, it's expensive. It's expensive. I ain't gonna lie. It's expensive. But one thing I will say, it's worth it. It's worth it. And I'm not telling nobody to buy it because this video is not promoting. I'm not getting paid. Nobody's sponsoring my videos because I ain't no YouTube goob or whatever you want to call it. But I am promoting my own video to let y'all know, if y'all spend the money on the hair, it's worth it. And if you take care of it, it will last you forever. I don't think I'm going to have to buy. Because that hair, well, I bought that hair this November. I took it out June, July, August, September, October, November. So I was shy 5 months from having that hair in my head for a year. But the bundles was still good. It was a 360. It was a 360. Now, when I went back on the site, they said, when I first went on the site, if I'm correct, they were saying that the 360 will last 6 months to 12 months, something like that. But I personally feel that if you take care of it, I personally feel that if you take care of it, it will last for years to come. It's all about taking care of it. So I'm not trying to spend all that money on another 360 in another 6 months. No, I ain't. That's why I said I wanted to dye it, but I'm not dyeing it. I'll probably wait for 6 months, 8 months before I dye. And I kind of like this color anyway, because it's kind of like okay. But when I feel like dyeing it, I'll be extra careful. I'll be extra careful dyeing it. I'll make sure all the dye is out. I'll make sure I'll put the right, you know, shampoo it correctly and all that. So it's worth it.